So then, when you want to ask forgiving, repentance, then how do you know that how do you why do you need to ask for the forgiveness? Why? What are the conditions that you ask for forgiveness? Me student? Vincent, he just keep answering the question. I'll leave this question later. Okay, I'm going to ask the Vietnamese student. Why you need to ask for giving? Why? Vietnamese student? Compassion. Everybody have a compassion, but yourself, why you ask for forgiveness? Huh? To be pure. Huh? To decrease the anger. You have anger when you ask for you did something wrong? No, this is logic way of studying. When you do something, you have to ask a reverse question. Do I have anger? That's what I ask you to forgive. Huh? Do you have ego? When you do something wrong, do you have ego? When you kill someone, do you have ego? You ask for forgiveness because you have gratitude. There doesn't mean nothing wrong with you. That's what you just ask for them. But you want to be gratitude.
Because we cannot live alone and interacting to other people. So,
but that is a theory. Why you need to ask for the forgiveness? How do you ask? How do you know that you okay.
Immediately you, I have a remorse of what I've done. So when I try to forgive myself, then I make a point to make up for things that I've done wrong.
So the first thing you have to recognize you have remorse, right?
Yeah.
This is I try to pull this nun out of the box of the teacher says something, they write down. The teacher says something, they write down. The teacher says something, they write down. They never think. And I already said, master degree level, you need to think. And if you think, you have to be asked the question. When you do the repentance, you have to ask yourself why you do it and how you do it. And the first thing that you need to know is that you already violate the Ottappa and Hiri. And how do you know? How do you know that you violated? Because the result come out, I already said, remorse. You have a feeling of a remorse, right? In you. I did something wrong. You don't ask for forgiving because I don't ask you to forgive me because I have gratitude toward you. Your gratitude toward you nothing to do that I kill her. Understand my point? I kill her because then after I killing her, I feel that I have a remorse. That this is something wrong. This is violate my principle. Violate, the society principle. That means I feel shameful and I feel fear that people criticizing me as a nun. I kill her. So that is the first one you want to get rid of this remorse. And why so important to get rid of the remorse? If you don't ask for be content. You cannot be content. How? How come that when you have a remorse, you will not be contented? According to the Samyaphala Sutta, the Ajatasattu came and asked the Buddha why the monks are so tranquil and the way they practice as they practice. And what is the fruit of samana that they can attain after they practice? So the Ajatasattu asked that question, and Buddha knew that Ajatasattu has a remorse because he killed his father, right? Bimbisara. So even though after he has this kind of remorse in him, he wants to know what is the correct way of practice. So he came and he paid a repentance toward the Buddha. And the Buddha is silent and approved for his asking for forgiveness. But asking this forgiveness doesn't mean that the Buddha take away from his sin. You know? We will discuss that later on. But then the thing is why we need to divorce and ask him for forgiveness. And the Buddha say that after he asked the question, the Buddha answered him, as a monk, we practice this, so this is the result, blah, 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 blah. After he left, the Buddha told Ananda that it is such a big loss that Ajatasattu has faith in the Buddha Dhamma and Sangha. But when he died, if he has a good, wholesome, if he did not commit into the sin of killing the parents, and he will be, become the Sotapanna, the first saint, first level of the saint. So that's why, because he committed to this, that's why he did not attain the first fruit in the sainthood. But also the remorse. What is the result that if you have a remorse? There's one sutta, I forgot the name of the king, but the content of the sutta like this. The queen, remind me if you know the name of the queen and the name of the king up there. This queen, she just stayed in the monastery only. And then one time there one person, minister, okay, a new one, he just come into the kingdom and talk with the king. So she outside and she saw him, and then she has arised a thought that how handsome he is, you know. And just because of that part, she considered herself as having a mental love affair with him, mental only, okay. So then, when she died, she became a snake because of this remorse. So then, every night when she died, the snake coming to the courtyard. So the king saw it, and the king told the Buddha. And then the Buddha told him that this was the queen who has a remorse from mental love affair with that. That minister doesn't know anything, just herself only. But then she has a remorse that she has this kind of thought to this handsome minister rather than to the king. So that's why when she died, she became a snake. So from that, the king loved her so much. So the king told the Buddha, what can he do so then he can rescue her? And the Buddha said you have to do the puja and also you do the sangadana and then you transfer this marriage to her. And it's true, after he did that, and the snake died and we born in the Devaloka. Okay, so that's indicate to you what? This true story indicate to you that the remorse become the hindrance for you to progress on the spiritual path. And according to it blocked, yeah, that's why it's one of the hindrance. So that's why in the Abhidhamma, it's indicate remorse is very powerful. If you have a remorse, there's no way you go into the deep jhana. Because, like she said, you cannot be content. When you do the sitting meditation, you cannot be contented. And you always have this kind of thought arising. And it's become restlessness, vittaka. So that's why you cannot calm yourself down. And if you're not calmed down, you cannot enter the deep meditation. So those are the two reasons. You have a remorse over the life and you cannot. So that's why you need to recognize what you need to do, what you did wrong. And you have to be brave enough, not only recognize, but you have to be brave enough to admit that you did something wrong. Okay? The third thing is you have to be brave enough to speak out to someone that I already did that thing's wrong. So the two levels of braveness there. The first level is you did something wrong, but you wouldn't dare to admit it, to recognize it. So the people, when the people say, "Oh, I'm sorry," don't think that person says sorry. That's mean they're very weak. They're very brave and they're very strong. Because you're able to overcome, you can conquer the whole battle. Okay? You can conquer the whole battle. You can kill other people in the battle. Kill other people. But you wouldn't dare to kill yourself. Right? So that's why when you admit to your faulty, and no one needs to give you, oh, you did something wrong. You don't have to talk to other people that you did something wrong. You're brave enough to recognize that you did something wrong. You have to be brave enough to recognize you did something wrong. When you're brave enough to recognize that what you did wrong already, then you have to be brave enough to recognize and then to admit that you did something wrong. Because you recognize, you say, oh no, yeah, I did it wrong. But his fault, he let me do it. But don't forget, you're the one holding the knife and staff. Right? So that's why the first recognize, the second, you have to admit that you did it yourself. The third thing is that you're brave enough to tell someone that you already did it wrong. And this is the method in Buddhism. So in Buddhism, I already upload the file, Kayena Vajjacatena, right? So this is the Gatha in Pali, and this is for the people who go to the temple, and then this is for the lay devotees. For the monk, of course, for casual one, then they also ask for forgiveness. For example, if I come to the temple as a nun, I come to a temple, and I stay there for 1 week or 2 weeks. Before I leave, I have to tell in front of the Sangha or in front of the abbot. And I have to ask him, whatever I did it wrong for 7 days that I lived there, did I do something wrong? And this, whatever I did it wrong, that's manifest in my speech, my mental or my verbally action, my bodily action, please forgive me. So that's why in Pali, it's called the Kayena Vajjacatena Pamadena Mayatatta Ajjayam Kameva Kante Rui Panya Takakata. So this is being done. Whatever I did wrong by the deed, by the speech, and by the thought has committed by me, Lord, for Pante, forgive my fault, O true barrier of infinite wisdom. So usually you have to confess in front of a person who's very knowledgeable, who's very wise. Okay? So this is more like for a lay devotee. And for monk too, for the casual occasion. For a proper occasion, according to the Vinaya, there is a proper way of doing it. Exactly the same I just said. Once you confess, you have to come to the right person very wise. You don't confess to the samanara or samanari, right? You have to confess to a teacher or to the abbot because they high enough to know all the rule. What is the moral practice in the sangha? This is for the sangha. Then you have to come and ask for forgiveness. Yes.
The second one, you have to be brave. You have to recognize. Is that the concept of conscience? I'm not sure what conscience is, but you know that it's wrong in some way, and you can't show.
That's based on. That's what I said. Based on the blamefulness and also fear, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to recognize that there is something wrong.
Would the word conscience apply in this? I don't know if you use the word conscience at all.
Conscience, yes, conscience is more like a common sense, right? But your conscience is very different from my conscience,
Yeah.
right? So the same thing, if you have the principle, your own principle, you violate the principle, then you know that you did something wrong. So then, in the sangha, still, when you ask, especially this nun here, when they did something wrong to the abbot, to the master, then they say, Shifu, I did something wrong. Then Shifu don't say that, okay, I forgive you. No. You know what did she ask first? You know what she asked first? What's your master going to ask? If you confess to them, do you know what she asked you? Huh? Some point? What you know? Huh? Huh? Yes. The master said, what did you do? It doesn't mean she doesn't know. It doesn't mean she doesn't know that you did something wrong. She knew. But then she asks you, what did you do? Then you're going to come and you say, at night time I went to the kitchen, I have eating. I steal your food at night. So that's indicating what? Indicate you recognize that you did something wrong and you admit yourself that you did something wrong. Now the third one, I admit in front of you that I did that wrong. One action will take all three mental factors, three stages of mental factors. Only one word. Because if you come and say, Master, forgive me. Oh, okay, I forgive you. Next time he did it wrong, and then you say, why you do it again? Why you violate the wrong mistake? Did I have a wrong mistake again? Did I do that again? No, I didn't do this is the first time. So in the Vinaya, whenever a person confesses to the master says, what did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? And then you have to verbally speak up because you, the one, have your ownership toward your karma. You did it wrong, you have to recognize it, you have to admit it in front of me. Next time, you come back, Master, I did this wrong. And then they say, this is your second time. Then she knows right away, yes, this is my second time. I did it again. Okay? So you will see the way the Buddha teach in the confession, in the Vinaya, is very logic. It's, you don't come to me and you say, Master, forgive me, and then, okay, I'll forgive you. And then, after you admit it already, and then, the Master will say, according to the Vinaya, what particular precept you have violated? Now she has 311, right? Bhikkhuni, Vinaya, 311. So then she going to ask, according to the last 311, what precept that you already violated? that's to make you recall and you recall and you recall. In the Patimokkha, there is a major, the medium, the minor, like that, and then the Siddha, the training. So you have to remember what part of the precept that you violate according to that. And then according to that, the major one you have what? Expulsion. Parajika, right? If you violate the parajika, that no way you can correct it. Parajika does mean parajika, that means the hand is cut off. That's it. If you regret, you don't regret, you still you already violated, cut off. That's his parajika. So that's why when you did something wrong, the master will ask you, what precept that you been violated? Now if a later devotee applies to later devotee, if you come and ask forgiveness, what precept, according to those 5 precepts, what's have been violated? Okay? But usually you don't see this in Theravada immediately. They don't apply this to the lay devotee. Usually lay devotee asking forgiveness is more like a feedback. For example, you come to the temple, you help the temple to do something, and then before she left, and she got and we go to pray in front of the Pante. And then the Pante will tell you today, you join the retreat of Upasattva Day, the 8 Vesak Day. You register but you come late. So you need to respect the group and then next time come early like that. So this one is not so much for the lay devotee. For the lay devotee, more asking for more feedback. Okay? But why so straight to the monk and nun? Because the monk and the nun has been seen as the immediate daughter and son of the Lord Buddha. So you have to observe the precept in the group. But the lay devotee can't, because lay devotee, they still have parents. They still have husband and wife to take care. So then sometimes they violate it, and then we need to be lenient to what they practice. So that's why we need to give them the feedback, but not punishment. Okay? But for monk and nun, yes, they do need punishment. Then, so then the nuns should have 311 precepts to be collected. What precept that I forget? Or what precept that I didn't violate? But Mahayana, they have 348. Why is that? Why the nun have more precepts? And why in Mahayana they have more precepts than Theravada? Why Bhikkhuni has more precepts than monk in Theravada? Even in Mahayana too. And then Mahayana, Patimokkha of the Bhikkhuni has more than the Theravada. Why is that? You ever thought? By the way, you already learned the school of precept, right? And this is the question I asked her yesterday. How many Vinaya survive up to now? How many school of Vinaya has been survived up to now? Okay, according to Mahayana, what school of Vinaya that we observe it? Huh? You know? Huh? Louder. You know, you say you know, you don't know, you say you don't know. You see, they observe the Vinaya and they don't know what school of Vinaya that they observe. What school of Vinaya you observe? That's my Mahayana. For Vietnamese and Chinese, we observe the Dhammabuddha Vinaya. Remember that, please remember that, please remember that. If you say that, oh, we observe the Theravada, wrong. Number 2, there is a Theravada. Number 3, who's know? What Tibetan Buddhism observe? What Vinaya they observe? Huh? Vajrayana is Tibetan. But what school of Buddhism that they observe the Vinaya? Huh? You know? I guess no one knows. Buddha Savadivada. For the Tibetan, they observe Buddha Savadivada. And then the fourth one, no one really observing it, is Mahasamhita. Okay, so these are the 4 Vinayas to survive up to now. That means there was books, either primary source or translation. The rest of all the Vinaya has been gone. And up to Shinku, up to now, we become a Bhikkhuni, and we don't know what school of Bhikkhuni that you observe. Mahasamhita. Brahmagupta. Damodar. So Mahayana in Vietnam, we observe the Brahmagupta school of Vinaya. Okay? And then Theravada, they have Theravada Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni, that is Theravada school of Vinaya. Then the Tibetan Buddhism, they observe the Mula Savadivada Vinaya. And then Mahasamhita, what is this Mahasamhita? Does anybody remember what is this Mahasamhita? You haven't learned the school of Buddhism? Have you learned the school of Buddhism? Huh? You learn the school of Buddhism? You go to learn. Okay. Dr. Pucha or Ashu will teach you. So then, now why, so this one Theravada, I believe there's 311 for Bhikkhuni. Dhammagupta, we have 348. 130, 137. 37 piece of more. Why? And you know what? This is not fair. How many precepts for the Theravada? Mom?
200.
200?
27.
27.
27 for Patimokkha.
Huh? And then the nun have 311. That's more than, that is what, that is 83, 93, 94 precepts the nun has to observe more than the monk. That's not fair. Buddha asks us too much to observe. Why is that?
Usually compared to Bhikkhu, we have more need and more rich.
More need and more
Rich.
rich.
Rich. The
Rich.
Yeah. Rich.
More needed. What need do they have?
The women are more naughty.
Huh?
The women are more naughty than men.
More naughty than that.
Yeah.
Really put it so nice. And I think he's right that because the woman has more need and more risk. So what has to do with the precept with more need and more risk? What need that the man have and what need the woman have that's so different that make us to have 94 precepts more? What need? Huh? What are the woman needs that are different from the man's need?
Ask them.
Huh?
for example, now is really people have to overcome for at least 4 years and then one month have to become legal is already at least 2 years.
Yeah, why is that?
Because in the legal term, there women who then met after that she have parents, so they do that.
She become pregnant. She entered the order and then she become pregnant. There was a lady, before she become a nun, then her parents did not allow her to become a nun. So after that she married, and then after she married, for some time she got the permission from the husband to enter the Bhikkhuni Sangha, and then she got accepted by the husband, allowed her to enter the order. After she entered the order, a few months later, the Upali found out that she pregnant. So what has to do with the visa? So that's why she said that the nun need to stay in the order as a novice nun for 4 years, whereas the monk allowed to have 2 years only. The woman, because the woman have the womb. That will give you a lot of things. The womb that give you monthly period, the womb give you pregnant, the womb, this kind of hormone. And the womb bring out a lot of needs, the panty, the blah, 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 all sorts of kind of thing. Understand that? Only one womb. But the man has no womb. The woman have a woman. And that's womb give you a lot of things. Give you 94%. Yeah, really. The womb have the womb. The woman has the womb. That's what give you all sorts of kind of thing. Right? So, it's something like that. And then he said there is a lot of risk. The risk is associated with the womb too.
Yes.
Upalavalana, she was an Arahant already. And when the Buddha allowed her, she asked for permission to go into the jungle, the deep jungle to live. But she already became Arahant. And she was so beautiful. So one of his cousins, her cousins, follow her every day, give her food, provide her food at her kuti in the deep jungle, almost every day. And then one day, he cannot stand it, he raped her in the jungle, in her kuti. And then after raping her, as an Arahant, everything has been dried up, everything has been gone, no more passion towards the sensual pleasure. But then he violated. And then after he come out, he will be swallowed by the earth. So that's why this is the reason, one of the reasons why the Buddha give out the way out. During the Vassa, all the Bhikkhuni Sangha has to live near the Bhikkhu. So, Bhikkhu. When you go outside in India, you have to take care of this nun for me. Okay? Don't let them take care of you. Even though they have 17 and only 3 of you. But 3 of you have to take care of these 17 nuns for me. Huh? That is the beauty of the Sangha, the beauty of the Bhikkhu. It's so bad. Make sure you have more precept. And that's why one of the Vinaya, the Bhikkhuni Sangha, has to live near the Bhikkhu for protection. Not only protection from the outside, but also the women have the precept to protect us from away from this Bhikkhu. Yeah. It's one lady, one female, one Bhikkhuni, and one Bhikkhu. This Bhikkhu is so lazy to go for food, Amshra. So this woman got the people give him food. When she got home back to her, and then this Bhikkhu said, Bhikkhu, sister, I'm so sick, I'm so frail, I cannot go for Binnipata. Please give me food. Okay, go. We take it to you. The first day, fine. Second day is fine. Third day is fine. Fourth day, fine. Fifth day, fine. Seventh day, fine. The seventh day, eighth day, she already frail. She could not walk for the Binnipata. Then this deal brought to Buddha. And the Buddha write out 2 precepts. All the bhikkhu need not allowed to feed the bhikkhu. And the bhikkhu not allowed to accept the bhikkhu need food. Why? You just need one. The bhikkhu need not allowed to, or the bhikkhu should not accept the food from the bhikkhuni. But why the bhikkhu is not allowed to give food to the bhikkhu as well? Why do you need 2 of that? Why do you need 2? Not only the bhikkhuni not allowed to give the food to the bhikkhu, but the other precept for the bhikkhu that not allowed to accept the food from the bhikkhuni as well. Why? This is fun. This is very psychological. You know what? My mom, son, stay home for food. No, mom, my wife will get ready food for me. No, your wife didn't know how to cook. No, let her be. She will cook for me. She'll learn how to. No, son, take this home. And then he said, no, son, please take my food. I love you. Okay, mom, okay. You don't cry, please. I will take it. You see that? The man so afraid of the woman to cry. So the man has to accept the food. So even though the Buddha say that when the man don't say no to the woman, but if the woman cry, the man will accept it. So then lay down another precept for the woman too. You're not allowed to give to the bhikkhu too. Why? Because if the man doesn't accept it, but the woman has a very compassion. The woman always treat the man as son, as brother, as father. They don't know how to cook. They cannot take care of themselves. I need to cook for them. That is the woman compassion. But the woman compassion has no wisdom. So then, Buddha say, you're not allowed to give it to the monk. And the monk not allowed to accept the food. You too. Fair. Sit. No one here, no one accept. Exactly. But still nowadays the woman cook for the fortune. According to the Mahayana, we still doing it because of based on our compassion. And the compassion is also related to the wisdom. And the wisdom related to compassion, and wisdom is related to what? When you have compassion, when you have wisdom, and then what become what? So that's why as a nun, you're supposed to have the Vinaya, as is more than a man. Not only doesn't mean that this is unfair. It's very fair, even more than fairness, that the precept allow us to stay away from the divorce, also protecting us, okay, and meet our need as well. So that's why, and don't forget, this precept is the Buddha did not sit down and list out the Vinaya. The Buddha, there is a violation, there is a Vinaya. For example, during the Buddha time, you know who talked to the Buddha the most about the Bhikkhuni Vinaya? When there violation, you know who come to the Buddha and tell the Buddha someone violate? Mahamajavali. And then can you imagine? Even, the nun landing the underwear each other for their monthly period. When they fight, give me back my underwear. Give me back my pad. That's how small the women's fighting is. You don't believe me, you go back to your Vinaya and read it. And can you imagine that Buddha has to listen all this woman think? Huh? And then the Buddha listen, okay, from now on, whatever you give, even a small thing, even the party pack, you're not allowed to ask that. To equally. And that is to protecting us from generating the negativity. And get rid of those small things. Get rid of our mental factor. I already give up, that's no way. Fine. No problem. So when we have a precept like this, it's helping us to progress on our path and not drowning on our anger. And this anger has been branched out to a small thing, and our minds become so busy with all this small thing, right? And then when our mind drowning on this, we already committed to the Gayena, not only our bodily action, or not only speak, but in our mind way. So that's what we have to confess. And why do we have to confess? Confess is something that very necessary and very deep already, that you cannot correct it and confess. But whatever we can prevent, try to prevent it rather than committing to the wrong thing, and then we confess. The confess is more like the last resources, to correct our behavior. So don't commit it, preventing it first before committing to something wrong. So that's why this is the confess. So that's why we have to recognize first and admit what we did wrong. Secondly, admit to other people. And then when you go through the sangha, you also confess. Once you confess, you have to recognize, and then you have to speak out what you have violated in front of the sangha. Next class, we're going to discuss about if you confess, will your sin will be gone or not? Okay? Now, after you confess, then the elders or your master or the Pante in the monastery will ask you what precept you have violated. Number 2, then he's going to ask you what is the, if you violate this, what is the result? He will ask you, right? Because you learn all this, you will answer as a bhikkhuni, right? If you learn like Parajika, you already violated Parajika, then he asks you, then what is the result? If you already violated Parajika, then she or he said, I have to be sworn. Okay, so you not only know the precept, but you also need to know the result. Yes?
I was thinking like, how many times you get this confession?
How many times?
Any, like maybe for the one thing you say that you put it into one, for first or five, or more.
Usually, if you live in the monastery, you have to. That is, you just don't come to your master all the time. Master, I did something wrong. And then you do something, and then next thing, half an hour. Master, I did something wrong. No. The master is amazing. Master don't have time for you this. What you do is on the Upasattva day. Upasattva day is the full moon day and half moon day. All the sangha will come and chanting the Patimokkha. And then during the Patimokkha, they will conduct for the confession. Whoever has done something wrong, they come in front of the sangha to the elder monk and then confess. And then so that's why in Mahayana, the lay devotee, this is the different from the Mahayana Theravada. Mahayana, when they observe the precept, they observe the precept for the whole life as well, right? But not in Theravada. Theravada, they don't observe for the whole life. The Theravada just observe when they come, when they bring the food to the monastery. And then before they offer the food, they have to observe the Panchasila. And then they, after they observe the Panchasila, then they consider as their mental factor, mental body very clean already. And this is according to the Nikaya. Okay, not they want to do all this by whatever, no. This is according to the Vinaya teaching, according to the Nikaya teaching. They call Telamgana Sutta. And then once a person observes the precept already, their mind has been purified. At that moment, they offer the food to the Sangha. And the Sangha already have the Patimukha, they're very pure. Outside they wearing robe, they're very pure. So that's why they observe, they are accepting the food. So this is the Theravada way. And then when you go home, the Panchasilas are. Okay? But in Mahayana, the lay devotee allowed to have the Panchasila precept for whole life. But I don't know in Bhutan, but in Vietnam, in USA and Canada, every 2 weeks or every 2 weeks, not full moon day or half moon day, because in Canada they don't use the lunar calendar, so they use the Western calendar. So that's why every 2 weeks on Sunday night they organize the Panchasila chanting for the lay devotee. So every 2 weeks the lay devotee have to come to the temple and chant the Panchasila. So that help them to review whatever they have observed the sila. So it's also a way for them to confess to in front of the Sangha as well. So that is the way to practice in Mahayana. If they're rather, they don't observe, so that's right. But then they come to the temple. If they stay there for the Akasila for 1 day or 1 night, then after that they have to confess. They have to change that so they have to confess before we leave. Within these 1.5 days I stay, did I do something wrong? So please forgive me. Is that clear? So you don't come every time to the altar and say, I'm something wrong. There is a time for what you need.
So what if you would at time that you're troubled by the most? Or I get about 1 minute. I guess.
Keep that question that please stay for. Okay? Everybody mental are very trained right now. Everybody mind is really tired from their face and now. So keep that question and ask me next week. Or next class on Thursday when we're going to discuss. Okay?